In today's video, I want to talk about, shocker, chess and how it became so popular. If you don't know me, I'm Lula. I am a chess player, but I'm also a normal person. It seems like the whole world is addicted to playing chess. How did something that was so deeply uncool in the 90s and 2000s become so popular in 2025?
You've never played chess.
I'm not a geek.
I mean, I even shook hands with that nose-picking chess club guy.
Why would you put chess club on your resume?
We're not nerds, we're chess jocks, okay?
In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the chess boom from 2020 up until the present and how chess has continued to grow throughout the last 5 years. This is a topic that was covered a lot at the time. People were joining the chess world in unprecedented numbers, and there were lots of articles and videos made about it. But as we know, anything can go viral for 2 weeks. For something to become more and more popular over the past 5 years, that's more impressive. Now we're in this kind of weird dystopia that is 2025, where the political climate is horrible, but chess is kind of hot. So anyway, our story starts in 2020 when Netflix released The Queen's Gambit. Of course, if you're watching this video, I assume you have probably even watched this show yourself. Everyone who doesn't play chess also knows about The Queen's Gambit, which is very, very unique. It is not common that a piece of chess-related media makes it into the mainstream like this. So when The Queen's Gambit aired in October 2020, over 62 million households watched it within the first month. That is insane for chess. These numbers are not seen in chess. And I think that something about The Queen's Gambit being different from other chess stories we're familiar with is what made it so popular. Specifically the fact that Beth Harmon is a woman and appeals to women. We do make up 51% of the population and are largely underrepresented in chess. You have to remember that this is the first time a lot of people have seen a female chess player represented in the media. For the record, I don't want to discredit the Polgar sisters or any other amazing female chess players who actually do exist in the real world. They were simply not afforded the reach that Beth Harmon was. I personally had not heard of a single real-life female chess player before I started playing chess, and so who was I supposed to draw inspiration from other than Beth Harmon? Young girls and women who are outside of the chess microcosm can only take the female role models that are given to them by the mainstream media. If people like Judith Polgar are not being offered to us, how are we supposed to seek out role models that we don't know exist? Especially as girls and women are so underrepresented in chess and there are so many fewer players. And when we're seeing Bobby Fischer or Magnus Carlsen, if you do know these names at all, if you're outside of chess, which I didn't, these are the chess stories that are being told. And these are stories of boy genius or some kind of singular male brilliance. And so seeing Beth Harmon in The Queen's Gambit, it's not a perfect show, well aware of that, but I'm not here to criticize The Queen's Gambit today. This is just huge. We cannot underestimate how influential this is. But anyway, I think Beth Harmon is cool for everybody. She shows very little regard for gender in the show, and so she is encouraging everybody to play chess, male or female. Of course, there are other reasons for the 2020 chess boom, but The Queen's Gambit was a big one. In May 2020, before The Queen's Gambit came out, chess.com launched PogChamps. If you are not a chess player, chess.com is the biggest chess platform online. PogChamps was a knockout tournament which took some of the most famous streamers in the world and paired them up with chess players for coaching. They would then compete against each other for a $50,000 cash prize.
This is a very sad story for XP.
Oh no! Oh my god, no!
I was gonna say he played so well, but still,
Oh no!
Due to the success of the first PogChamps, chess.com held the second edition in September of the same year, just 1 month before The Queen's Gambit came out. Competitors from PogChamps events include XQC, Moist Critical, Fusely, Ludwig, Cutie Cinderella, Logic, the rapper, Rainn Wilson, Daniel Negreanu, Pokimane, and Hafthor Bjornsson, who is also the Mountain from Game of Thrones. If you haven't heard of a lot of people, maybe you don't play video games, but do you know who does play video games? Teenagers. And children. Kids might not have known who Magnus Carlsen was in 2020, but they did know who XQC was. Of course, there will have been some overlap, but you can see how these streamers scooped up a lot of audience that was potentially missed by The Queen's Gambit and then turned them onto chess. And with regular coaching sessions, these guys actually became pretty decent chess players sometimes.
All right, and the game just got started, so we're expecting to see a scotch from XQC. Do you have any insights on how you think Moist Critical will reply?
I don't actually know. I think Charlie has been maybe looking at the Sicilian defense is my guess, but I don't actually. Okay, plays the E5. Okay, so XQC is going to get his scotch opening here. I think. Let's watch. Let's see.
All right. And if he does get it, then he will be familiar. So he's probably pretty happy to have seen e5. I think c5 may have put him a bit less in his comfort zone.
Right. I think e5, e4, e5 is what a lot of players like to play. And here we go. We get the Scotch opening. So XUC is very comfortable. I think this is the main opening he's been playing a lot. Okay, now Moist Critical plays bishop c5, which is not a move that I like here. The system is completely fine at an advanced level. I'm worried about the plans and the process here, because when you bring out the bishop like this, it can become very vulnerable right away. So I'm not sure that I like the variational approach here.
No, please don't. And it's too soon. It's too soon, Hikaru. We didn't even reach a climax.
Many of them were brand new to chess, and many of them competed multiple times in PogChamps. Some of them kept being involved in the chess world after, for example, Ludwig hosted a big chess boxing event. I'm sure many of us remember Andrea Botez versus Zadina Belankaya. There was a lot of drama. Yes, the chess world has a lot of drama, and yes, chess boxing does actually exist. At the same time, these strong chess players who acted as coaches were budding streamers themselves, many of them much smaller than the people they were coaching. So Hikaru, the Botez sisters, Gotham Chess, Anna Cranling, these people all acted as coaches, and they benefited massively from these PogChamps pair-ups. In 2020, chess was starting to boom. It was still very niche, and so if you're being paired up with one of the world's biggest, like League of Legends players or whatever, then you are suddenly getting an audience that was not going to be accessible to you in any other world. The best part of this, if you were one of the chess coaches, was if you were teaching somebody the basics of chess from the beginning, you're also inadvertently teaching their audience the basics of chess from the beginning. And so these people don't even need to go out of their way to learn chess. They've already learned from day one, and now they are part of your audience too. PogChamps was wildly successful for a while, and in 2021, Mr. Beast took part. 2021 is also when Michelle Carre took part in PogChamps, when Pokimane, Myth, Logic, Rainn Wilson, Daniel Negreanu, they were all taking part in PogChamps at this time, and the prize fund doubled, the prize pool doubled from 50k to 100k. So that's pretty big for chess. It would be foolish to underestimate the influence that some of these streamers I listed above have, let alone the fact that they were getting actors, musicians on board as well. Now, you could end the video here and just say, this is the cause of the chess boom, that's it, but that would be a really shit video. And also it's not true, because why did chess continue to grow after 2020? I actually think this is the point where things get interesting. In April 2021, the Michigan Journal of Economics posted an article on the future of chess. The author writes that experts do not expect the same amount of growth in the chess scene to last for much longer, as COVID restrictions are lifted and the popularity of the Queen's Gambit fades away. So people actually thought that chess was not going to get more popular. They thought that maybe it would actually kind of decrease in popularity after this initial peak. And this was kind of thought in the chess world as well, I think. I think that we saw the 2020 boom as generational, like the Fischer boom in the 1970s. But I mean, they were clearly wrong, or I wouldn't be making this video. The author did, however, state that they expected this to have a generational effect on chess as an esport, which actually I do agree with. It really is interesting to see how wrong people were about chess post 2020 though. Like, we all thought playing chess was just a phase, like when I tried to learn to sew or I tried to learn Italian. But actually it wasn't until 2 years later that chess.com posted an article about how their servers were struggling to keep up with all of the new members of their website. So let's address some of the reasons chess.com gives for why there are so many new chess players in 2023. First reason listed by chess.com is that the most popular social media post in 2022 was a picture of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo facing each other at a chessboard. And number two is that celebrities are talking about their chess obsession. Now, these two go hand in hand. Although I do want to say that the photo of Messi and Ronaldo playing chess against each other belongs to a very long tradition of people using chess just as an aesthetic tool. The third reason they give is cheating scandals or the accused use of devices. So this is obviously talking about an insinuation made by Magnus Carlsen against Hans Niemann. If you're within the chess world, you will know. If you're not within the chess world, you may have heard about some kind of rumor made up on Reddit about vibrating or whatever it was. But this was never meant to be taken seriously. This was literally a poster on Reddit. Then, I don't know, some journalist ran with this and decided it was a genuine conspiracy theory that people thought that Hans Niemann was using vibrating plugs of some kind. No one in the chess world ever thought this, but mainstream media.
Have you ever used anal beads while playing chess?
Well, your curiosity is a bit concerning, Maybe you're personally interested, but I can tell you no.
I actually think that there's like a documentary or a movie coming out about this, but we'll see. Maybe that could cause another future chess boom. My thoughts on this is that chess is like one of those kids who gets popular overnight by accident and then just doesn't know how to deal with it. There's very much the outlook that all press is good press, and if people are talking about you, then at least they're talking about you. Chess.com goes on to mention streamers and chess boxing as other reasons chess is becoming more popular, as well as their acquisition of the Play Magnus Group. So the Play Magnus Group used to be a big competitor. There was Chess24 and there was Aim Chess and Chessable, and now these are all owned by chess.com. So like this has changed the landscape a lot. Apple also featured chess.com on the App Store, so this will have increased downloads. People will have received chess sets for Christmas during the first boom, so people are playing more over the board chess. And then chess.com finally goes on to mention Mittens as the final reason for why chess is booming again. Mittens is a chess.com bot. If you don't know about these, basically every month chess.com releases themed AI like computers that you can play against. And chess bots have existed for a long time, so it's not super related to this current AI crisis going on. But Mittens was a very, very popular chess bot. And of course, it just goes to show that the internet still loves cats, because Mittens is a cat, if I didn't already say. Mittens was released in January 2023 and went viral for being almost unbeatable. His ELO or rating was listed as 1, which is in theory the lowest rating you could possibly have. But then he was actually a really, really, really strong chess engine. A lot of chess content creators made posts about him, videos about him that blew up. And I think even the Wall Street Journal covered it or something. There was some crazy news articles about Mittens. It was around the same time Mittens came out that chess.com reported issues with their servers. Basically, they just simply couldn't host the number of chess games that they needed to with the influx of new players. Just a reminder, this is 2023, not 2020. So we know that 40% more chess games were played in the month of January 2023 than were played in any other month in chess.com's history. This was also around the time of Ludwig's chess boxing event, so this also could have contributed to surges on chess.com's player base. Chess.com eventually had to upgrade their servers because just so many people wanted to play chess. I think another reason for the sustained growth of chess is Levy Rosman, aka Gotham Chess, aka the internet's chess teacher, or I think that's what he calls himself. I would say that Levy definitely benefited from the 2020 chess boom, as all chess content creators did, but nobody has released content like as consistently as him. If you don't play chess, or if you're new to chess, or if you just don't know, then before 2020 there was not so much beginner friendly chess content out there. And then after the chess boom and so many new players starting to play chess, there were obviously a lot of beginners and a lot of people who needed chess guidance. So Levy started to make a lot of beginner friendly content. I mean, there are now free chess resources available everywhere on the internet, but this wasn't always the case. Of course, it's not just Gotham Chess making chess content, but I think he's done a lot of the heavy lifting in getting beginners to stick with the game. Chess as an esport likely wouldn't have grown anywhere near as much without Gotham Chess, without Hikaru, without these high-level chess players streaming and talking about their games. They helped to bring high-level chess to an audience that it just wasn't accessible to before. And I mean, you even saw Magnus, you saw other grandmasters streaming as well. All of this really just ties in to the accessibility of chess. If chess is hard to learn, people won't bother. But if you Google how to play chess and a short YouTube video comes up, you might actually watch it, and then you might actually even consider playing a chess game. You don't have to pay for a chess coach. You don't have to go to your weird local chess club. And I mean, online chess has of course made chess the most accessible that it's ever been. You can be paired up against somebody in seconds without even making an account. You don't have to find a willing volunteer to play chess against in real life. Chess websites and chess streamers and chess content creators have made it easier than ever to learn to play chess and start playing. Similarly, even post-PogChamps, we see non-endemic streamers, chess streamers playing chess online. So Tyler One, who is one of, the most popular streamers, decided to go on a random chess grind, and he got really good in a short amount of time because he was grinding like 10 hours a day of chess, which I wouldn't recommend. But this is way past the Queen's Gambit, way past PogChamps, way past the first boom. And I mean, it just goes to show that there is an audience for this, and there are people who want to popularize chess. I think one point when I realized that chess had really made it into the mainstream long term is when I was scrolling on TikTok, and my TikTok For You page has nothing to do with chess, okay? In my spare time, I'm not scrolling through chess content. I need to relax. My For You page is like cats and makeup. So when I was getting non-endemic chess TikToks, like from accounts who have nothing to do with chess, saying, why is my boyfriend playing chess? Or like, why is everybody obsessed with chess in 2024? I knew that like this was a big deal.
Hard to believe I'm walking through the ruins of the first ever city, because I'm not. That's in Iraq, which is miles away.
What are you doing?
Texting.
Texting who?
My sister.
For the record, if you're watching this video because you are wondering why your boyfriend keeps playing chess, like I do wish more of these girls would give it a try, but I do understand your hesitation. I had it too for a very long time. So here we are, almost 5 years on from the first big chess boom, and chess is still booming. Of course, the World Chess Championship match between Ding Liren and Gukesh D, which happened late 2024, will have another huge effect on a generation of chess players, specifically in India. Gukesh being the youngest ever World Chess Champion, he will inspire thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of kids to start playing chess. And I mean, Gukesh has really proved that India is the next big chess superpower. Chess continues to make the news for the stupidest reasons only, Magnus Carlsen being disqualified from the World Rapid and Blitz for wearing jeans. Does this really have to be where chess makes it into mainstream media? Like, why did I see this on BBC News? But like I said, for a lot of the chess world, any news is good. Like, we just want to be talked about. I'm sure chess will make it into mainstream news again for a good reason. I'm just waiting for that moment soon. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of years there was a documentary made about the chess boom. If you ask me, will chess keep booming? I would say I hope so. I actually think that the biggest hurdle for chess is getting a significant number of women on board. Like I said towards the beginning of the video, I think that the Queen's Gambit did a good job at starting this off, but women are still a hugely underrepresented group in chess, and there are a lot of unhelpful discussions had a lot of the time in the chess community about it. And so I think that in 2025 and 2026, this is something that we can all work towards to encourage more women and girls to play chess and to keep chess a safer place for them, because it's not always the most welcoming environment. Have to be honest. I also think it's super valid that not everybody wants to feel like they have to stake their claim in a community. Like, I came into chess knowing that there weren't as many women, and I decided I was going to do it anyway. And I think it's because I was very used to being in male-dominated spaces. And I think a lot of women don't want to have to do that because it's a lot extra effort. And that's completely valid. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know your thoughts on the chess boom. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. The first reason they list is that the most popular social media post in 2022 was Lionel Messi versus the other one. What's the other one called? I literally just looked at this. Ronaldo. Okay.